Everything is all about AI these days, but in my opinion, this is the best kind of AI, and that's racing AI. I love racing AI, as many of you out there know. It's a great way to have some pretty low-stakes fun, whether that be to practice or to just enjoy racing certain cars and tracks, putting yourself in different times in history, recreating old events, or doing whole championships, or anything else. But it can be a little frustrating to get set up and get all the settings and things tuned to your liking. And for years now, in pretty much every sim that's out there, you've got to play with lots of different numbers to set the exact percentage that you would need, and sometimes much more in depth than that, getting into different files and things to get the AI to race competitively. Now, iRacing is far from the first sim to try to do something like this, but they've implemented their take on what's called adaptive AI, or AI rubber banding, or AI that's going to change and adapt to you as you're racing to try to provide, I think, a competitive experience. Yeah, this was something that was put off from their Season 2 release a couple weeks ago, but it's here now in the release notes. Adaptive AI is now available for single AI sessions, provides each iRacer an AI racing experience that's tuned to their individual preferences and desired level of challenge. So instead of picking the exact percentage that you would want to race against, you can pick low, medium, or high level of challenge, whatever that means, and it will adapt the AI as you're driving, I think, to be competitive. I've done quite a bit with the iRacing AI before and figured we could do a test race, a single race here to try it out and see what it's all about. And I have this weird combo in my mind, but I will do a practice session because I don't really know the track. We'll do a 10-minute qualifier, and then I will do a laps-based race, I think. Yeah, we'll do an 8-lap race. And so for the car, I thought this would be fun. The Legends car is one that I'm sure anybody that's done iRacing in the past will be familiar with. Pull it into the viewer here in case you're somehow not familiar. But yeah, raced everywhere around the world, on ovals a lot in the United States, but also on a lot of road courses as well. And it just received an update, I believe, with last season, and it's very fun to drive now. So we've got our car, and for a track, a road track, another one that's recently released that it took forever to come to the sim, but that's Portland International Raceway. Most folks will know it for the IndyCar racing there, but it's been a track that's just been ingrained in American racing culture for quite a long time. And so then we get to the section with the actual changes and the new stuff here. And so this is where we can pick the cars that we're going to race against, the number of drivers, I guess we'll bump that up a couple, and then specifically the AI type. And so in the past, you've always had to pick a certain range for the drivers to be in, which is very customizable, but it's very much like sims, every sim that you've ever seen in the past. And so now they've implemented this adaptive AI, and we can just pick the challenge that we want. And as they have in the little descriptions here, maybe make them more or less consistent. I'm going to go with a high challenge level and see how challenging it is. I really have no idea if we'll be competitive or not. Hopefully it'll be entertaining. That's the whole idea here. If I was to think of what I would want a high challenge to be, is that I'm fighting maybe for a top 10. But it's harder to get up towards the front more than that. I want to be in the middle of the pack with 22 cars on the field. Maybe with a low challenge, I'd be easily fighting for the win. Medium challenge, maybe top 5s or something. But yeah, I want to be in the mid-pack, fighting along with other cars, and maybe make it really, really tricky to get up to the front. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if it holds out to that. Slide it onto the front stretch. Having fun doing some practice laps, completing my 3rd lap here. I don't think this one's going to be quicker just because of that slide. Absolutely love Portland as a track. Yeah, 126.5, quite slow. I did a few laps of practice around here when this build was released, testing this car, because I wanted to do this combination and testing this AI then. I just had to wait several weeks to do it. So I do know the combo a little bit. And as it sits right now, I'll have to wait till we get through these first couple of corners, but I'm getting smoked here. I'm down at 10th. So I got some cars behind me, but with my 125.7 that I've got so far, sitting back in 11th now. Dale Earnhardt Jr. up in 8th place. It is the stock AI set, so this is one of the things with iRacing is that there's so many skin packs and custom AI rosters and things on trading paints. I'm just going with the vanilla stuff here because I want to get the intended experience, but if this works well, there's a lot of customization you can do, and I am sliding down the order here. So rock down the backstretch at Portland. A slidey and fun car though. Got get through the final corner. I don't know if this lap will be any good. Sequential gearbox, but you do get a lift and blip the shifts. All right, come to the line though. See what this one is. 1:26.1. My talking wasn't helping, but I'll do some more laps of practice and we'll check in with the times after the session, I guess, and I don't know, see where I am. All right, so we're coming to the end of practice, and things haven't improved too much. I wasn't able to improve my time. It seems like the tires fall off quite a bit, and the 1:25.7, I think I could go a bit faster than that, but I am dead last in practice. I did check out a couple times. I think if I look at Seth here, I'm just looking to see if the AI are falling off as well. I don't know if they'll adapt in real time, but I can see Seth's second lap was his fastest, and then he fell off a bit. Did increase. I think this practice session is probably too short to get any good data on whether or not they changed during it or not. But I guess we'll have to go to qualifying now, and hopefully I can do a little bit better and not start dead last. Maybe somewhere in the middle. All right, so coming around to start the first lap of qualifying. I think I got to do it on the first or the second lap if I'm gonna get a good time, because the tires fall off so quickly, and I'm not sure we'll have time to reset. 7.5 minutes on the clock already, just at the 350 here. Probably can break a bit later. I'm working off a pretty limited practice for this, but that's one of the things with the AI racing that I'm hoping this adaptive AI can do, is allow you to just pick a track combo with a car and just go and get something reasonably competitive with it. Whoa, or push wide there. It's a tricky set of corners. This long closing right-hander. Triple or quad apex, I think. Keep it in third gear here, maybe. Bit wide on the apex there. We'll carry the speed down. Best passing zone on the track here, one of them anyway. They're so wide on the entry, they widened it in more recent years. There's a car all over the place there, dancing the Little Legends car. It's got such a short wheelbase that it's just very lively, and not a lot of grip on the tires as well. Very, very nice to drive. You can turn it quite a lot on the throttle, which I love in cars. It's one of my favorite qualities. Right at the 100, we'll get it down a gear. A lot of understeer there. Now I could adjust the setup a bunch with this and probably make it drive a lot faster, but I'm just driving on the default settings, and I'm also hoping that that's not something you have to do to be competitive with this AI setting. It hopefully will adapt to whatever you're deciding to run somewhat. 1:26 flat, that's not going to be good enough. We'll go right back at it. Up to it. I think this is gonna be my last lap of the session here, and I got some freshies on it, so we'll see if I can better my 1:26 flat. We're dead last right now. Sure it's fast to slide like that, but the car just wants to break loose. Still kind of wide through the hairpin, but we'll get it onto the backstretch. Probably my best lap yet in this session anyway. Walk it out towards the wall. We'll see what this is. The end of the session. Checker flag waving. Was a little bit better, 125.8. Worse than my practice time, and no good because I'm going to be starting dead last. All right, so I mean, I don't think anything adaptive has kicked in yet because I'm the only car in the 125s. I know I could probably improve a lot with setup changes, with practicing a bit more, but it doesn't seem like the AI has been adjusting itself at all yet. The pole time is so much faster, 124 flat. I guess that's a little slower than one of the cars went in practice, but yeah, I'm all the way back in 22nd, starting dead last, and I guess we'll have to see if I can make it up the grid at all in this 8-lap race. All right, so here we go. 8 laps around Portland International Raceway. We're going to jump straight into it, starting dead last. And I guess we'll see if there's any chaos here, if I can make up any spots off the line.
Green flag, green flag.
Well, decent launch there. Don't really get the spinning of the wheels that I needed. But away we go. Get it up the gears and head towards the treacherous turn 1 chicane. See if we can avoid any chaos up here. Kind of boxed in on the outside. Take it the long way around. Ooh, a little bit of fenders in front.
Clear.
These cars do roll quite easily in real life, but he went for a heck of a ride there. I have to imagine in real life you'd get a red flag for that one, but we'll keep on going. Up the inside of one of the cars into long right-hand sweepers.
Clear.
Get it down into third gear here as everybody fans out in front. And come up to the hairpin, this best passing zone on the track, down to second gear. Not quite close enough this time to make any sort of moves there. We'll slide it just a little bit on the way out. I want to be careful of that. I'm really eager to see how the tires do over this. If the AI are going to have the same issues I'll have with tire wear. But it's going to be tough to tell if the adaptive AI is working or if tires are changing, or I don't know what's going to happen here. We'll come to the end of the long straight though. A little bit of a gap to the cars in front, one hanging out behind me. They're side by side in front, so it's going to slow them up. The one car on the grass as well. Oh, he rejoins. Just like online. Coming around to complete the first lap. So far, yeah, just like online, or honestly a real race in these cars can be like this, especially with 22 on the track and such a short race. Car looking towards the inside will come down to the braking zone. Whoa, walk it in, lock him up a little bit. I didn't want to hit the car in front. We'll get a freebie there, I think. Whoa, squeezing him side to side, a little bit of contact, but it's offline, so you can get away with that stuff. You're not making anybody upset. You certainly make a little more contact in these types of cars in real life than you ever would in an online race, so it's kind of fun to do some offline racing with them, and you can treat them like they would be in real life. We don't have to worry about net code or anything like that here. I'm barely hanging on to these guys so far, though. I got 2 behind me, and then some incidents behind. So we're picking up positions, but I wouldn't say it's on pace or anything that feels like adaptive AI as of yet. I'm eager to see how this is because there's so many different cars and tracks in iRacing, and figuring out the exact percentage, so make them back out of it there. Figuring out the exact AI percentage and things to be on, especially when you can't tweak, files and stuff like that in the ways that we used to be able to. There's another couple of cars out wide there. I'm seeing a trend into that final corner. It's a lot of work, and you can certainly come up with some good combinations with iRacing in the way it was, but having something where you could just simply set it and go have fun, I'm all about that. 3 wide though, down into turn number 1.
You're on the left. 3 wide.
Bumping some fenders. You know what?
Clear on the right.
All right, we get away with that somehow. A little bit of contact there, but nothing too bad. I'm having a lot of fun with this, even though it feels like I'm fighting for my life. And I guess, if this is very hard, then I'd be interested in what the medium is like. Maybe that's a little more what I was thinking. Hard might be fighting in the middle of the pack, but we're fighting for 17th, a little bit towards the rear, but often that's where some of the best racing is anyway. Get it onto the straight. I feel slow in a straight line compared to the cars around me. Having a constantly watch behind me. We're watching our helmet in the rear view mirror bob back and forth. I put the driver model on because it looks so bizarre without it. As we've got a couple cars looking towards the inside. We'll try to brake quite late there. Close the door on them. Beautiful track this though. It's an excellent circuit for any type of car, even these slower ones. So I have a big drift out of the final corner. It's going to get me on my heels for the front stretch. These two got around me through turn one. We have 5 laps to go though. Try to get a better exit here to just carry some speed. I should have a slipstream, you would think. This car on the right will try to get behind him. Up to 5th gear. He's going to look towards the inside of the 28. Up to 6th gear. Oh, I do have a slipstream. All right.
Car right. You're on the left.
3 wide.
Car right. 2 wide.
Rubbing fenders through the kink there. Just hold on to it. Man, that was almost race over for me.
Clear. Car right.
Oh, again. A little more contact. Car on the inside spins out. He won't be happy about that. I got very tense there through the final sequence of corners. Not really a place that you'd want to go too wide, never mind 3. It's the 10 car blocks the inside a little bit. That's really cool to see. So far, I mean, this is tough as nails, which I guess is maybe what you'd expect for very hard. And I feel like I'm just barely hanging on to these guys in front, but I'm having a lot of fun with the actual wheel-to-wheel racing is quite good. Very, very dynamic. Oh, a couple more cars off, a couple more freebies for me. So this is not the first sim at all, like I mentioned in the very beginning, not the first sim to have like dynamic AI. You think, of course, to like Gran Turismo even having warping to the AI or AI that would rubber band behind you in previous titles. But even Papyrus with all their NASCAR racing games and things. NASCAR Racing 2003 had an auto AI setting which would adapt the AI speed over the course of a race to try to make them more competitive with you. It was questionable how it worked. You could really get some funky results as the 10 in front is all over the track. A couple more cars in the barriers there. Man, we might actually end up winning this. That was 3rd and 4th place there. All right, we got a great run though in the car in front. He's really blocking the inside. He likes that blocking line. We'll see if we can go around him though. We got quite a bit more speed. So come down towards turn number 1. Whoa, it makes contact with me.
Clear.
We'll have to watch that one back, but I feel like I was in the clear there. All right, so he's able to get the position away from me with some tactics there. I'll see if we can catch back up to him. Not many laps to go now. But yeah, NASCAR Racing 2003 did have an auto adjust AI setting that some folks would use. And then Grand Prix Legends is the one that comes to mind for me because that whole game originally was all based around having the AI evolve with you as the player. They were set at a pretty conservative level to start, and then based off of your, I think it was 5 previous best lap times at the end of a session, they would actually change speed and evolve so that the field itself would be a little faster or slower. And and it was something that a lot of folks figured out how to actually disable because it made racing pretty difficult to have a competitive race, turns out, with the AI just always being all over the place at different tracks, unless you did lots and lots of laps. And I don't know, iRacing really have not released a lot of details about how this works. We're a little bit in the dark, at least from what I've seen on how it actually calculates the AI speed. Is it based off of your driving? Is it based off of others? Does it adapt mid-race? I certainly don't feel like it's adapting mid-race. I'm having, yes, what I would describe as a hard race here, so maybe, as we got a big bottleneck.
Car right. Clear on the right.
Well, we'll take those spots so everybody was stopped for some sort of accident. See if we can hold them off here in the final couple of laps. Yeah, I'm having what I would describe as a very hard race, so maybe this is in line with what the settings are supposed to do. But I would love a little more clarity from them on exactly how this works and what it does to determine the difficulty. Might just help you tune it to yourself a bit better.
Clear on the left.
Certainly would have liked it to have done a little bit more in practice and qualifying. Very much last by quite a margin, and I had already set some times in practice, so the game, you would think, would know how fast I was, unless the interpretation of hard is to start dead last, as we're setting ourselves up for another 3 wide moment here, so I'll block at least one of them. Oh, one of the cars looking up the inside though.
Clear on the left.
Shut the door on him there. Oh, another car spun out in the final corner. Just get it slowed down in time. If anything, this is helping me with my wreck avoidance.
White flag.
All right, we'll come to the line though to get the white flag. One more lap and I'll see what position I'm in. I feel like I've made it quite far up front through all that. 6th position. Down to the chicane though. There is a non-chicane version of this course in iRacing, and it's quite a great layout. It's too bad in real life they can't figure out a way to extend the runoff here or allow them to run this original version. That this was turn 1. Quite a daring first corner, but I think it would be really exciting in IndyCar and lots of racing. Maybe a little too dangerous though. Certainly with the runoff they have now. So got a car right on me from behind. See if we can position ourselves well for the backstretch. Try to get a good exit there. I think I was just a bit slow though through the hairpin. He's gonna be right on me. Kevin, I've been racing him the whole race. Started right at the back with each other. Fighting for 6th position here. He's gonna get up the inside. Oh, I should have blocked that better. Try to squeeze them side by side. Make a bit of contact there, but stand on the track. Oh, he's gonna hang it around the outside. I went down to 2nd. I should have kept it in 3rd. Drag race out of the final corner. Come on, just pulling him. Just get him at the line, I think. Honestly, that was way different than I was expecting. It was very chaotic.
Did really well.
Very chaotic. Lots of crashes from the other cars. Finishing in 6th. Did not feel like I was on the pace for that, but man, that was fun. A lot of fun. Oh, that was so much fun. Coming away with 6th position. Like I said, I don't think I really deserved 6th place, but it was a really exciting race, and to be racing with the 10 car effectively the entire race, I think it probably was because of the accidents that he got back close to me, but it made it really exciting. I'm very curious to see the lap times from the car. We'll look at the 10 car here that I raced with, and yeah, he was in the 125s the whole race. It's tough to say if they adapted at all or if they were just set to a speed, but it was such a fun race that it worked out. I would describe that as very hard, and almost to the point where you feel like it's not going to work out, but with everything that went on in the race, it was fun. And so probably still a lot of testing to do. I think trying different types of cars and tracks and things would be really, really important to see just how it all works. Very interested to try oval racing with it. And so if you'd like to see that, let me know. But at least we found one combo that's a lot of fun. The Legends cars at Portland International Raceway, or probably any road course with the very hard setting, is very hard, but a little bit chaotic and not so bad for some sprint racing. So I hope you enjoyed this. I was going to do it anyway, so I thought, why not record it and share my experience with everybody else. If you find a good combo or have any advice on how to use this, let me know. I'd love to hear it and try some more in the future for myself. But for now, that was a heck of a fun race, and I might just set it up and do it again. But that's it for now. This is GP Laps, and I'll see y'all again next time.